And a pleasant good evening to you and yours, and welcome to the Brevard Sports Network. Alan Slaughterzinski with you here for the Kendall Signs softball game of the week. It just so happens to be the Cape Coast Conference Championship tonight as the Astronaut War Eagles travel down to Melbourne to take on the reigning 6A state champ Melbourne Bulldogs. Here are your starting lineups for both of these teams here tonight. For the Astronaut War Eagles, leading off will be Joni Mixing. Batting second, Sierra Vansky. Batting third, Aurelius Rosado. Batting fourth will be Skylar Brown. Batting fifth will be Dakota Young. Batting sixth will be Riley McCrae. Seventh, Addison Flake. Eighth, Kaylin Rubio. And ninth, Daisy Mixon. In the circle tonight for Astronaut will be Cameron Brock. For the Melbourne Bulldogs, leading off will be Ashley Burkmeyer. Batting second will be Riley McKella. Batting third and doing the pitching tonight will be Jazzy Francic. Batting fourth and doing the DP duties tonight will be Alicia Thompson. Batting sixth and playing the hot corner will be Bailey Holland. Sixth, Alyssa Arnold. Batting seventh will be the shortstop Nadia English. Batting eighth will be the left fielder Camden Hurd. And batting ninth will be the center fielder Haley Turner. Tonight's game is brought to you by Kendall Signs, design, installation, and fabrication. Give Kendall Signs a call for all of your sign needs. And doing the catching tonight for Melbourne will be Skylar Troyan. We'll stand for the national anthem and be right back with the first pitch. Dan Adele and his magical touch on this field. I would imagine there was probably water piled up all over this field at 10 o'clock this morning. And tonight we are playing ball. Well, let's tell you a little bit about the young lady in the circle tonight. And if you're a softball fan here in Brevard County, well, there's not much to tell you because you already know she's one of the best pitchers this county has ever laid eyes on. Jazzy Francic comes in tonight. Now, she did pick up her first loss of the year last week. She's 7-1 this season. 7-1. Her ERA remains under 0. But she did get the loss in the Lake Brantley game last week. I printed the wrong stats, so let me go ahead and pull those up now as the girls get set. But Bulldogs come in at 15-3 this year. Francic's 12-2 this year. 12-2. Her ERA is 0.16. And 129 innings pitched this year. She's got 303 strikeouts. Stepping up and leading off. Well, let's take you around the Melbourne infield and the outfield. First, from the hot corner around, it'll be Bailey Holland at third, Nadia English at second, short, Riley McKella at second, and Alyssa Arnold at first. From left to right in the outfield, it's Camden Hurd, Haley Turner, and Ashley Burkmeyer. As we said, Francis in the circle, and behind the plate is Skylar Troyan tonight. And leading off for Astronaut tonight will be Joni Mixon, the shortstop. And Francis' first pitch offering is a strike, check swing strike. This is for the Cape Coast Conference Championship. The Bulldogs, as they are in everything else, the reigning champs. Francis 0-1 to Mixon is strike two. Mixon comes in batting .356 this year, 26 hits in 73 official at-bats for the War Eagles. Francis got her in an 0-2 hole. Outside, ball one. The on-deck hitter will be Carla Vansky, followed by Aurelius Rosado. This game was scheduled to be played Thursday night, but weather did not allow that. The 1-2 is hit. She got around on that. Nice job by Mixon. And the count stays at a ball and 2 strikes. Outside, nice job by Mixon, 2-2. I love softball chants. I never know what they're saying, but it sounds all in rhythm. The 2-2 from Francis to Mixon. High, 3-2, and I tell you what, that's what you call battling. 3 balls and 2 strikes to Mixon. And she's fouled a pitch off. The 7th pitch of the at-bat coming. Strike 3, nice pitch by Jazzy on the riser, 1 out. So Carla Vansky will step in. I'm sorry, Sierra Vansky, my fault. Sierra's sophomore, batting .412 this year. She's got 12 RBIs, 28 hits, 3 doubles. For head coach Tracey Rendina. Coach Rendina guided this program last year to a district championship and was named Cape Coast Conference Coach of the Year. A well-deserved honor for Coach Tracey. And Francis gets ahead of Sierra Vansky. 0-1. At the knees, a little low, 1-1. One ball and 1 strike to Vansky. The War Eagles, of course, in their maroon and what is that, a light brown? High and outside, 2 balls and a strike. 2-1, 1 out here. Aurelius Rosado on deck. Bailey Holland in at third a little bit, as is Alyssa Arnold at first. English and McKella squared up. Off the outside corner. Squeezed on that one, 3-1. 31 now to Vansky. That was ball 4 she swung at, and she knows it. And the count is now full at 3-2. She's got to stay confident in there. Just as every pitcher makes a mistake in an at-bat, so does a hitter. You just got to shake it off. 3-2. And that is strike 3 for 2 outs, and that'll bring up Aurelius Rosada. Aurelius Rosado. Rosado steps in, the freshman batting .375 this year, 24 hits. She scored 21 runs this year. She's got 3 doubles as well, 18 RBIs for the future. A very bright future for this team. Just 3 seniors on it. 1-0 to Rosado. Skylar Brown would be next. And that's high and tight, 2-0. You all right? So Francic has battles full count pitches on each of the first 2 batters. And she'll get a strike there. It'll be 2-1 to battle back and get strikeouts. 300 of them this year. Jazzy has 12-2. That's a strike, and we're even up at 2-2. Tough luck loss last week for Jazzy and an extra inning affair against Lake Brantley. They'll get a shot for revenge tomorrow night at Lake Brantley. The 2-2 with 2 outs. Strike 3, and Francic strikes out the side. 1, 2, 3. We go to the bottom of the first. Astronaut nothing. Melbourne coming to bat. There's a big orange yellowish thing that has emerged from the sky as we start the bottom of inning number 1. I don't know what that thing is. It just popped out of the sky. Caleb, should we run?
That's saying something if I'm agreeing to run.
Yeah, you got a point there. Caleb, when Caleb agrees to run, you should probably run too. It'll be Ashley Burkmeyer, Riley McKella, and Jazzy Francic for the War Eagles. From left to right, it'll be Kaylin Rubio, Sierra Vansky, and Addison Flake from left to right. In the outfield, from third to first, it'll be Aurelius Rosado, Joni Mixon, Skylar Brown, and Riley McCray at first. And Dakota, that's not Dakota Young catching. Cameron Brock is on the bump tonight. We'll give you her stats here after the first pitch to Burkmeyer. high and outside for a ball. Brock this season, 2-0 with a 1.31 ERA. This is her 5th appearance. In 16 innings pitched, she has struck out 5 and walked 5. And this one is lifted into center field. And, oh, nice attempt at it out there by Kaylin Rubio, but it'll be a hit for Ashley Burkmeyer, and a leadoff hit at that. These two teams got together back on March the 24th, and it was a 5-inning, 10-0 Melbourne win. As Riley McKellar steps in now. Tomorrow night, you'll see more Melbourne Bulldogs on Brevard Sports Network. We're going to be over at Merritt Island for the baseball game. Bunted foul, 1-1. McKellar this season, batting .246 for the Bulldogs. Low and outside, 2-1. Jazzy Frantic on deck, and she leads this team in hitting this year. Batting .309. Brox. That one is lifted into the gap. That's going to score a run. That goes all the way to the wall. McKellar around second on her way to third, and touching up and home with the first Bulldog run of the night is Ashley Burkmeyer on the triple by Riley McKellar, and the Bulldogs quickly on top, 1-0. Nice piece of hitting to go the other way and bring up Jazzy Frantic. For McKellar this year, that is now double-digit RBIs. That's number 10 for Riley. And she just lofted that one where they weren't, into the gap. The Bulldogs have hit 5 home runs this year. 5 different Bulldogs have done so. Frantic, one of them. The other is on deck. Another one, I should say, is on deck. We were here for that one. The 1-0. Strike at the knees. 1-1. And the wind is blowing out. And that one is hit into center field. That's going to get over her head and around first, and on her way to second is Jazzy Frantic. Frantic turns on the guns here and gets all the way to third. Back-to-back triple scores Riley McKellar, and the Bulldogs quickly out on top, 2-0 here in the bottom of the first inning for Frantic. That is RBI number 10 as well, and Riley McKellar scores her 14th run of the year. And if you're looking for somebody that can get a hold of one and take advantage of this wind going out, well, she's at the plate right now. And she has really started to find her stroke at the plate. Ashley Thompson comes in, the juniors batting .273, a home run, 7 RBIs for her. And she just really feels like she's getting going here. She had a big 2-run blast against Lake Brantley last week. That's a strike. I'm pretty sure I missed the pinch runner because I'm pretty sure there is one. Yeah. Yep. Looks like number 2 down there. That is Miss Hanson, Sydney Hanson. Sydney, one of 3 senior players, and of course, you can't forget the senior manager. We were here Friday night. Oh, that's 9? Well, I'm giving. See, I am. You're not. You could see it. That's Haley Contrill, the freshman. So forget everything I just said about seniors. We'll find another place to get that in the broadcast. Nobody out here. 1 and 2 to Thompson. 2 in, and a runner standing at third with Bailey Holland on deck. We also saw Holland's home run this year, and boy, was it a doozy. Strike 3, she froze her. And that'll bring up Bailey Holland, who the home run we saw from Bailey this year was only a grand slam to win the game against Vieira. Holland this season batting .236. She's got 13 hits and 55 official at-bats. The Bulldogs with 2 in, 1 out, 1 on. Back-to-back triples followed by an Ashley Burkmeyer leadoff hit. And Bailey swings over the top of a nice off-speed pitch, 1-1. The on-deck hitter is Alyssa Arnold. She should get to bat. And there's a shot to the shortstop, up and over to first. Holds the runner. Nice play. So 2 outs now. And Cottrill holds at third with Alyssa Arnold coming up. Alyssa this season batting .211. She does have 11 RBIs. So no stranger to driving in runs for the Bulldogs. That'll be high for a ball. Outside, ball 2, 2-0. It was Joni Mixon at short making the play. Nice off-speed pitch. And it's 2-1. I don't know if that was all speed or what, but it froze me. That was definitely took a little off of that. And that ball skirts up against the fence, and we have hit our second Deuces Wild situation of the night. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, 1 on, 2 in. So 4 twos on the board. What will this turn card pitch be from Cameron Brock? And that's a shot to the third baseman, who nicely comes up with it. Rosado over to McCray for the third and final out of the inning. 2 runs on 3 hits, no errors, 1 left. We go to the top of 2. 2-0 Bulldogs. Welcome back here. It's having too much fun between innings here at Dawson Field. And this will be Skylar Brown, Dakota Young, and Riley McCray. Ball outside. So that's probably one of the better innings we've seen hitting-wise from the Bulldogs we've seen. I'm sure they've had better, but single and 2 triples. Skylar Troyon with a nice job trying to frame that. We okay? Huh? Oh, okay. That's a strike. Swung on and missed. Strike 2. Skylar this season, a 275. This is a good hitting club. They're batting 339 this year as a team. So you do a nice job there. They got a good OBP of 428 and a 406 slugging, 835 OBPS. That's pretty good. High 3-2. And in that first inning, Frantic struck all 3 batters out, but they all at least went to 2 balls in the inning. In the count, 3-2. I don't know how long Jazzy will go in this one with Lake Brantley tomorrow. Swung on and missed, and that's the 4th straight strikeout for Frantic, and that'll bring up Dakota Young. Dakota comes in. Speaking of OBP, she gets on base nearly 50% of the time. She comes in batting 396 with 21 hits in 53 at-bats. The pitch, I want to thank Miss Cindy Turner. I got to thank Miss Cindy Turner 1,000 times over. I am sitting in a director's chair right now that she gave me the other night, and I got to tell you, this is the most comfortable I've ever been for a Melbourne Bulldog softball broadcast. Caleb, I feel horrific for you, but I am 25, 26 years older, so you'll live. 1-0. Swung on and missed, and it's 1-1.
It's okay. I still got a little captain in me.
Yeah, I feel you, buddy. Like to welcome in Double D, Lillian Sawyer, Debbie Culver, Nicole Poudre, and everyone else watching here tonight on Brevard Sports Network. Again, we apologize for that thing that's on the field. That's some big orange spot that popped out of the sky, providing a lot of light here. Speaking of Coach, he did a heck of a job on this field. I texted him earlier today and said he was on his way down. I never heard back from him until later when he said it's a go, Houston. So I know he spent a solid 3.5, 4 hours on this thing. It looks beautiful. Swung on and missed. Of course, speaking of the reigning BSN Manager of the Year, Dan Adell. And that'll be 2 outs. So we presented them with their plaques last week, and, well, let's just say we were 1 for 2. Yeah, Jazzy was not only our player of the year, but manager of the year, too.
She was great at managing herself.
That plaque will be ready to go by Friday. Way to go, Allen. because I have to approve them. And that swung on and missed. But, of course, all sponsored by Mr. Dana, Coach Dana, and Kendall Signs. 321-636-5116. Lisa Reddick says, let's go, Lady War Eagles. Pitch. That's a strike. And you get the feeling watching, because I know how good these girls can hit. Now, I know we don't get up there a lot, but I do follow them. You know, I do watch videos of them when they're posted. We do that for all teams that we don't get an opportunity to go broadcast a lot. And that's a strike 3 and another strike out of the side. But my point is this. They remind me of a team that they're going to go through the order once they come back through. We'll see if they can make something happen. I wouldn't bet against them, that's for sure. So 3 up, 3 down. We head to the bottom of the second, 2-0 Melbourne. Want to say congratulations to Jazzy Francic as well. And we had it all lined up last week. We were supposed to be here for a 1,000 strikeout, but just like, well, I'll tell that story after this story. But anyway, Jazzy does record that 1,000 strikeout. She does so against Vero Beach Friday night at home, and now has 1,006 strikeouts in her career. Her 303 this season lead the entire country, which is just phenomenal. And it's hard to believe that she is just a junior. So I get a message that says Dakota Young is pitching. What does that say right there?
That says Dakota Young designated.
It says DP, right? Yeah. And who does that say? Cameron Block. I mean, it is Dakota Young, but he gave me a lineup that said Cameron Brock was pitching. So thank you very much, Miss Lillian Swalyer. I appreciate that. So let's give you the stats for Dakota. Dakota comes in 7-5 this year. She's got a 2.43 ERA, 89 and a third innings pitched this year, 41 strikeouts, 31 walks, and opponents are batting just 270 against her. And Camden Hurd steps in, so I think we got it right. I'm not gonna touch the lineup, but I can't thank Miss Swalyer enough. I hope I'm saying that right. What Nadia do? Okay. Camden Hurd is up. Hurd, the left fielder. Was she pitching in the first inning? Okay. All right, anyway. Camden Hurd. Dakota Young. Low and outside. Yeah, I'm looking at it right, I guess. Maybe they changed their mind. She was scheduled to pitch in the game that was rained out, so maybe he accidentally handed me an old lineup. Anything's possible. We got it right now. And there's a shot by Hurd to the gap, and that's going to get through, and English will score. Camden Hurd on her way to third, and she's going to come all the way around, and Camden Hurd with an inside the park 2-run home run, and the Melbourne Bulldogs lead it 4-0. Way to go, Camden. How about it? The old inside the park HR. And it's 4-0 with Haley Turner up. And Turner with a shot into right field. And the Bulldogs are swinging the sticks. These bats coming alive for a lineup that, well, has struggled at times this year. As a team, the Bulldogs came into this one tonight batting just .240. And we go back to the top of the lineup with Ashley Burkmeyer. There was no doubt that Camden Hurd was going the whole way. No doubt about it. The Bulldogs have now sent all 9 batters to the plate. This is popped up. Oh, it's dropped. Can she get there in time? Slides, and they got her. Is there no infield fly rule in softball? Riley McKellar steps in. Riley has one of the 3 Melbourne triples tonight. Or, I'm sorry, one of the 2 Melbourne triples. The other one was an inside to Parker. That's a shot to the shortstop. Flips the second for 1 over to first. Ooh, nice try. Great turn by the ladies. Perfectly done. Mixon to Brown to McCray. And good hustle down the line by McKellar to beat it out. And this is going to bring up Jazzy Francic. I'll tell you what, it is impressive to see how the War Eagles are fielding the softball tonight. We wrote coming in, one of the things we felt like that they had to do better as a team coming down the stretch was field the ball. They came into this game tonight with 70 errors as a team. That's high. And tonight, flawless in the field, other than the drop, pop, fly there. But recovered nicely to get the out, so. But they are fielding the ball well. And that was an outstanding turn. Dakota's pitch to Jazzy is low. So Jazzy with a chance here to help her cause. Jazzy tripled her last time up. Picking up an RBI. High. Alicia Thompson would be next. I don't know. I believe that's Camden Hurd's first high school home run. I could be wrong. I always like, as Francic draws a 2-out walk, I always love broadcasting a player's first home run. Haley Cottrell comes in. If I can't see that. Yeah. Haley Cottrell comes in to run. I couldn't tell the difference between Cameron and Dakota last inning. I mean, their numbers are completely different. The pitch to Alicia, and she fouls the first one off. Alicia struck out looking her last time up, but it was a weird, sort of a breaking ball that Dakota throws. It kind of freezes everybody, even though he's not playing. It's an outstanding pitch. 4-0 Melbourne here. That ball is hit way foul. I mean, she hooked that one. 0-2 now with 2 strikes to Thompson. 2 on, 2 out, 2 in, inning 2. There's that changeup again, and it's nasty. And that is strike 3 as the Melbourne Bulldogs, thanks to a 2-run inside the park home run from Camden Hurd, score 2 more, and the Bulldogs lead it 4-0. All right, welcome back here to the top half of the 3rd inning and talking about how good the Astronaut bats are. They need to get to work here on Frantic in the visitors' half of the 3rd here, and it'll be Addison Flake, Keelan Rubio, and Daisy Mixon up. That's going to be high. And Addison Flake last year was the player at the plate, the hitter at the plate, when they trailed the Space Coast and came back in the game to win the district championship. An exciting video, and it was Addison Flake that did it. Flake batting .409 this year. Swung on and missed. Now, she's only got 22 at-bats, so, but still, .409 and 22 ABs, you'll take it all day. But about the norm this time of the year is anywhere from 60 to 75. 1-2. Strike 3, and Jazzy Frantic has strikeout number 7, and that's going to bring up Keelan Rubio. Rubio, the left-handed stick, batting .333 this year. In 27 at-bats, she's got 9 hits and 5 RBIs, so she makes the most of her hits. 7 times she's been to the plate and produced RBIs. 5 times. Let me rephrase that. 7 hits. Of her 7 hits, 5 of them have produced RBIs. There, I think that's right. And it's nothing in 1. I guess. Daisy Mixon on deck as Coach Shep clears up the infield fly rule for us. 1st and 2nd is what you're telling me, Caleb? Oh, so it wasn't Shep. Okay, you need runners on 1st and 2nd or 1st and 3rd with 1 or 2 outs to be in. That's too complicated. 1 ball and 1 strike. Pitch. Is it the same for baseball where there's got to be 2 on? And that's a strike. I guess I better brush up on my infield fly rules. Two and two. just off the outside corner. And Rubio works the count full to 3-2. Strike 3. Just to let everybody know, we got the 6A district softball and baseball tournaments. We are looking for, have approval from Chad Raymond. We are looking for sponsorships for both. If you're interested or would like to help, that would be the only thing that stops us from broadcasting them. 321-693-7697. Swung on and missed by the catcher, Daisy Mixon. Or Daisy batting 273. If you'd like us to do the 4A softball district tournament, reach out to us. Strike 2. You get all of the games for one price. Which is unique because the FHSAA changes that once we get from districts to states. It's then one price per game. The 0-2, strike 3 looking, and Jazzy Frantic has struck out the entire lineup for the Astronaut War Eagles. 9 up, 9 down, all via the K. We go to the bottom of the third, 4-0 Melbourne. Thank you, Coach Mullen. Coach Dana, I appreciate that. We don't care if you know the rules. Just do my sports thing. All right, that's what I'm going to do here. Hopefully we don't have any more infield flies. And due up, it'll be Bailey Holland, Alyssa Arnold, and Nadia English. Holland grounded out her first time up to the shortstop. For the War Eagles, the rest of the way, they've only got 2 games to go. University at home and Vieira away. You'll see that Vieira game here on Brevard Sports Network. And for the Melbourne Bulldogs, they still got a full slate of games to go here. They still got quite a few left on the calendar. And you'll see a lot of those as well. Coming up for the Bulldogs, it'll be Lake Brantley tomorrow, Treasure Coast Wednesday, Oviedo Friday, Rockledge Monday, Spruce Creek Tuesday, and Sebastian River the following Thursday. All of those games are home except for Lake Brantley tomorrow. Dakota Young. Nice pitch, strike 1. And, of course, we want to thank Coach Dana because it is because of Coach Dana our relationship with Kendall Signs has grown. Design, installation, and fabrication. I don't know anything about that either, so, Coach, I apologize. Holland looks at a high one, and the count will move to a ball and a strike. I do know what I can tell you about Kendall Signs is, and you were there, I thoroughly enjoyed our tour of it and to see how they made the different signs and just how big they were and what goes into it. I mean, it's tremendous. And then it's funny because for 2 months after we toured the facility, when we saw those signs up, that's a ball high. When we saw those signs up around Brevard County, we would look at each other and go, hey, we saw that sign get made. The big one out there on US 1. Route 1 or whatever it is, yeah. Out there. We saw that sign in its infancy. 2-1. And Bailey Holland jerks one down the left field line, but foul. was pretty fascinating. 2-2 to Bailey with Alyssa Arnold on deck. Changeup is lofted into right field. It's going to drop for a base hit, and Holland will hold up at first. Looks like a line drive in the book at the end of the year. And Bailey Holland with a leadoff single as Alyssa Arnold steps in. She grounded out to the third baseman her first time up. Oh, that's a beaut. Oh, he said inside. Okay. I thought he said strike. It looked good to me, but I am off at an angle, and I think these umpires are doing a fine job tonight. And that one is fouled off. Boy, the Toronto Blue Jays sure did cool the Rays off in a hurry. But, I mean, you know, 13-2. I don't know what they did yesterday, but 13-2 is still pretty good. The 1-1 fouled that off her foot, and it's 1-2 to Alyssa Arnold. Alyssa's a battler. She, you know, she'll battle in that box. She's not an easy K. Now, it'll be interesting to see what Dakota does here with that off-speed pitch that I still can't figure out. She throws it here. She does, and that's exactly what I'm talking about. That has struck out two other Bulldogs tonight. Now, Alyssa's OBP is a little down this year, but this is what we're used to seeing from Alyssa Arnold at the plate. Battle, battle, battle. And it's 1-2 now. Dakota rocks, kicks, and there's a ground ball to the third baseman again. They won't get the play at second, but they will get Arnold at first, and Holland will advance to second. Nice play by Rosado over there, and that's going to bring up the Stetson commit, senior Nadia English, who was hit by a pitch her last time up and scored on the 2-run inside the park home run by Camden Hurd, who has come out on the on-deck circle. That's so funny. And that'll be a nice strike, 0-1. First baseman, Riley McCray. She's got a cool mitt. That's a cool glove. And English rocks that one into left field. And around third to score the 5th Melbourne run of the game is Bailey Holland. And Nadia English has reached base twice and stands on first base with 1 out. And Camden Hurd to the plate. The left fielder hit an inside the park home run her first time up. Cam looking to smack that one down the third base line. Takes a strike. Watch out for Nadia. She'll steal a base. She leads the team in that category. And this one is popped up and hauled in by the shortstop for the second out of the inning. And that'll bring up Haley Turner. Haley reached on a essentially fielder's choice her last time up. Almost hit into a double play, but beat it out. Or no, I'm sorry, she walked or singled. I'm sorry, she singled and then was caught at second base on the turn for the double play. That ball was hit by Ashley Burkmeyer. So it's 1-1 to Turner. Burkmeyer is on deck. And that one is chopped foul. Coach Adele telling Haley it's time to protect now with 2 strikes and just 1 ball. She's got to come down, swing a little more level, and drive through the ball is what he was telling her. The pitch, and then she does it, and it's a little dribbler to the second baseman who is up and over to McCray for the third and final out. The Bulldogs do get 1 run in on an RBI single by Nadia English. They score 1 run on 2 hits, no errors, 1 left. We head to the top of the 4th, 5-0 Melbourne. All right, welcome back here to Dawson Field. Alan Slaughter-Zinski with you as we go to the top of the 4th. All right, Astronaut War Eagle, Lady War Eagles, no excuses now. They've all been through the lineup once here. They've all got to look at Jazzy. Let's see what they do the second time around here. As it'll be the top of the lineup in Joni Mixon, Sierra Vansky, and I think I'm saying that right, Rosado. And Jesse has struck out everybody in the lineup, 1 through 9 in the first 3, so I won't reiterate what they did in their last at bat. We can get an understanding as a viewing audience. And Francic, his first pitch offering to Mixon is a little outside, says the home plate umpire, for ball 1. And that one is lifted, foul. Now, Joni did that the first time up, remember? She got around on it. 1-1 to Mixon. Swung on and missed for strike 2. Outside, Jazzy started her high school career at Cocoa Beach. 7th, 8th, 9th, 10th, 4 years, 250 plus strikeouts a year. My goodness gracious. And that is 3-2, and Francic went 3-2 to Mixon in her last at-bat. Let's see what Mixon can do here in the top of the 4th. The War Eagles trail 5-0 here. That's popped up, and Bailey Holland with a bead. She is called off, and it's hauled in by Nadia English. Nice play by Nadia. Good communication. by the Lady Bulldogs for out number 1 as Sierra Vansky will step in. Once again, Miss Cindy, I just want to tell you I'm using my chair that you gave me Friday night. And that is, she hit. Nadia didn't catch that ball?
Bailey was going for it, and then her and Nadia just miscommunicated.
Oh, that's my fault. I thought she hauled it. And Mixon draws a walk and goes to second. My fault. I took a quick peek down and missed everything. That quick. So Mixon's on first with a walk. And Sierra Vansky's up now with an opportunity. The left-handed hitter, center fielder, and down at second base goes Mixon. And she squares the bunt. So, yeah, Nadia's got to – she's calling her off. Nadia's got to make that play. And she doesn't. So, I take back everything I said about the communication. The pitch, low. I mean, I looked down for a split second. And it's 3-0 now to Vansky. So the War Eagles with an opportunity here. The pitch swung on and missed on the fastball, strike one. We've seen Jazzy battle back so many times from these 3-0s. See if Vansky can get a bat on the ball here and at least get the runner over to third. That's a foul ball, and the count is 3-2. And now, even though it's still a hitter's count, as a hitter, being up 3-0, and now you're 3-2, it's a psychological thing now. Because you're thinking, man, I just had her 3-0. And now I don't have anything to play with unless I foul it off here. Pitch, strike three call, and that's exactly what I'm talking about. And that is strikeout number 10 of the night and 1,010 in her career. And this will bring up Arielis Rosado. Mixon at second. So I apologize to you, the viewers, for botching that play. Certainly not something I like to do. 1-0 to Rosado. Skylar Brown is on deck. She goes to bunt, drops a butte down. Holland to first. Great cover. And that advances the runner to third, but it's also 2 outs. Nice throw by Bailey Holland. And everybody was doing what they needed to do there, including the second baseman. Who is Riley McKella. That's a strike. So the War Eagles with their best opportunity of the night to score as Joni Mixon is at third, but there are 2 outs in the inning with Skylar Brown at the plate. That'll be low. You got to show those people between innings out there sitting on top of the pickup truck with the blanket. That's cool. That's a fun way to watch a softball game. All of them out there. It looks fun. The pickup truck brigade, I call them. 1 ball and 1 strike to Brown. Frantic rocks, kicks, and fires. Swung on and missed for strike 2. was a nice bunt. Swung on and missed for strike 3, and that will end the inning. No runs, no hits, no errors. One left. We go to the bottom half of the home fourth. 5-0 Bulldogs. All right, welcome back. As you saw the pickup truck brigade out there, it looks like fun for sure, as it'll be the top of the Melbourne lineup. Burkmeyer, Riley McKellar, and Jazzy Frantic. Now, not that they will, but if they do, they are in a position now where they could score. Well, that's 5 after 5. It's they beat them 10-0 after 5 the last time. If they have a big inning here, gets away, and it's 1-0. But I do like the way Astronauts battling. I especially like the way they're fielding the softball tonight. It's impressive, and that wins games. They've beaten O'Galley, they've beaten Rockledge this year. It's a good softball team, and it's young, just 3 seniors. I would venture to guess to say that. Now I know Rockledge and O'Galley will have something to say about it, but don't be surprised if it's Astronaut and Melbourne next year again for the Cape Coast Conference Championship. And there's a dribbler foul. But the baseballs were all up in arms. We have we know Merritt Island's number 1, right? Merritt Island's number 1. Tomorrow night they'll host Melbourne. Melbourne could have something to say about that. I think O'Galley scooted into 2. Melbourne scooted into 3. Vieira's 4. Rockledge is 5. I think that's where we are. Burkmeyer looks at a ball. And it's 3-1 to Ashley with Riley McKellar on deck. Low, ball 4, leadoff walk. And for the 4th consecutive inning, the Bulldogs have the leadoff runner aboard. And every time that runner is scored. 2 in the first, 2 in the second, 1 in the third. And it was 3 different times it was the leadoff hitter that scored. And there's a shot off the glove, and that's going to be an infield hit. That's a tough smash by McKellar. And now the Bulldogs with runners at first and second with Jazzy Frantic coming up. We okay?
Yeah, we're good.
I'm sorry. I didn't mean to leave that down there on you.
As you tell me, adjust.
that'll be a strike. I'm gonna predict Alicia Thompson's gonna have a big inning. I'm gonna call it now. Jazzy squares and pulls the bat back, and it should be 2-0. The 2-0 pulls it back again, 3-0. So Dakota struggling just a little bit here with the strike zone. Be interesting to see if Jazzy's got the green light with 3-0 and a 5-0 lead here, or she takes one. Yeah. She drops one down on 3-0. Nice job by Jazzy to advance the runners on the sack bunt. And the Bulldogs now with runners at second and third, and they may walk Alicia now to load the bases. I mean, they've struck her out twice, so they may want to pitch to her, but they also may want that force with one out. As we've said, Astronaut very good at fielding the softball tonight. As Coach Adele says, see it and drive it. Let's see what Alicia does here. 0 for 2 tonight. Dakota's got her number on that off-speed pitch. And there it is again. 0-1. It's in the. I figured it out. It's in the windup. Maybe pitching coach Dana Mullen can help me with that. It's got to be in the windup, is where, because the ball comes out looking like a fastball, but yet it's got that off-speed look to it. And she does not pull the bat back, and it's 0-2. So Alicia's got a battle here with Bailey Holland on deck in an 0-2 count with one out. I don't know how she stayed off that, but she does, and it's 1-2, and that was it. That was Purdy. Nice shot there, Caleb. Good job, buddy. He better be. 2-2 now. Two and two with one out. And Alicia is battling. And that one nearly decapitated Dan Adele. As Dan takes a peek at the ground. He'll walk back slowly to the third base box. Lesson learned. Pitch, and there's a shot. Nice backhand by the shortstop. What a play. It's a run, and Thompson
Nice job, Alicia.
drives in a run, and the Bulldogs have scored the leadoff. But that's just a great play by the shortstop, Joni Mixon. Backhand and just let it loose. But a good job by Alicia Thompson to battle back from 0-2 and get an RBI out of that. And the Bulldogs take a 6-0 lead. You could kind of tell early on in the at-bat there that Alicia was a little down on her confidence when she squared the bunt, but she shook it off, battled back, and drove the ball. Just as Coach Adele said, drive through it. She does, and drives in a run. 90% of the time, that play doesn't get made, but a great play by Joni Mixon. High and inside for ball one, 1-0. What is Mixon? Great fielder. Senior. Popped up, heads up, and it'll get down quickly. One of four for Astronaut. That's just softball at its best right there. You know what I mean? Between the batter and the fielder. And that gets away, and this could be an out. Nope. And scoring the 7th run of the night is Riley McKellen. The Bulldogs add 2 more this inning, and now the bases are empty with 2 out for Bailey Holland, who's looking at a 2-1 count here on the pass ball. Actually, that's a wild pitch there. And Holland drives one. Mixon again from the backhand, and again Mixon flashes the leather. That'll end the inning. 2 runs on 2 hits, no errors. And the Bulldogs lead it 7-0. All right, welcome back here to Dawson Field, where the Melbourne Bulldogs lead it 7-0 here, and Jazzy's still on the bump tonight, or in the circle, I should say. And Dakota Young, Riley McCray, and Addison Flake scheduled to hit. And I apologize, but I don't know who the third base coach is over there, but I saw him before the game hitting absolute BBs at the girls for fielding. And I thought, well, you know, they're fielding them. And I tell you what, it's paying off. And that ball is fouled back to the screen. And it's 0-2. Swung on and missed for strike 3. Yeah. Is she? No, it's not. But they had Alicia. They had Skylar. But wasn't Alicia catching? I thought she was too. Everybody changing the lineup on me tonight. Yeah. Skylar Troyan is in now catching for the Bulldogs. Craig Young, thank you. Thank you, Craig Young. Swung on and missed for strike one. This is a well-coached team. These Astronaut Warriors are a well-coached team, and the girls aren't down at all. I mean, they're trailing 7-0, but it's not like it's been a progressive. And I know Melbourne scored runs. It's hard to describe, but you see a lot of potential here. Swung on and missed. I've seen enough softball and baseball to know in my, last 6 years what a good team looks like, and that's it. The Astronaut War Eagles are it.
When there are plays to be made, they're making.
That's exactly right. Look, they're not the only team that's ever stepped on this field and can't hit Jazzy Frantic. And it's 2-2. And from a Melbourne perspective, it is awesome, and that'll be strike three. From a Melbourne perspective, it is awesome to see the bats going. And I don't just mean 3, 4, and 5. To see Camden Hurd hitting balls in gaps. The bottom part of your lineup's got to produce to do what they did last year. Think about it. Haley Clutch Turner last year, bottom of that lineup. I mean, the two biggest clutch hits in the fast pitch program history Haley Turner had last year. So everybody has to contribute, and you're starting to see that from the Melbourne lineup. And it couldn't come at a better time.
Look, you want to be playing your best softball towards the end of the year, heading into
Yep. And she reaches for that one, and that'll be strike two to Addison. That's not Addison. That is number 9. That's Riley Rendina at the plate. So Riley Rendina is in. Rendina, the 0-2. And that's strike 3. And Jazzy Frantic strikes out the side for the 4th time in 5 innings. And we go to the bottom of the 5th. Melbourne on top, 7-0. All right, Bulldogs need 3 to end it, and they'll start with Alyssa Arnold here. And this is Alyssa Arnold, Nadia English, and Camden Hurd due up. And Alyssa first pitch swinging. Alyssa has grounded out twice to the third baseman. For as much as we've talked about Joni Mixon tonight, Aurelius Rosado has done a heck of a job at the hot corner as well, save for the drop pop. But we'll just say that because the sun came out for the first time, it got caught in the sun. How about that? And that one is drilled into left field. And the Bulldogs are 5 for 5 with leadoff hits. And remember, keep in mind, every leadoff batter that has gotten aboard has scored. And that's going to bring up Nadia English, The Stetson commit was hit by a pitch and singled, and she also scored a run. And coming out onto the on-deck circle is going to be Haley Cottrell to bat for Camden Hurd. The pitch, and Nadia check swings. That's a strike, 0-1. Mike, yeah, nice one too, hard. Yeah. I bet you that's 75. That's one of my favorite all-time baseball seasons. Yeah. Don't forget 79 now. Did you really? Oh. Wow. That's foul ball coming out of the batter's box. 0-2. That's got to be terrible. That's stuff you just can't get back either. So Nadia Inglis with an opportunity here with Alyssa Arnold at first, but 2 strikes to Nadia. That hit her again. And Nadia just seems to be a ball magnet tonight. Yeah, she was not happy about that one. That stung a little. Yeah, first one stung a little. Yeah. Umpire just checking on her to make sure she's all right. Nadia was not happy about that. I don't blame her.
Once is a mistake, twice, well.
Yeah, Haley Cottrell steps in. Yeah. That's when he started. Yeah, right. That's when he started asking questions about travel ball. I'm joking, of course, people. I'm joking. 1-0. Oh, that's a beaut right there. Drops in on Cottrell for a strike. 1-1. Clutch is on deck. She squares the bunt. That's a nice bunt. I don't think they're going to get her. They're not. Nice hustle down the line by Haley Cottrell. And Bulldogs now with runners at first and third with Haley Clutch Turner coming up. And Coach Adele just simply points as like Babe Ruth did when he called his shot. That way. Yeah. And the infield is in. Astronaut wants to play 7. I don't blame him. Pitch. That's a strike on the outside. Actually, bases are loaded. My apologies. Bases are loaded for the Bulldogs. And nobody out here. That's Alyssa Arnold at second. At third. Nadia English at second. And Haley Cottrell at first. Haley Turner at the plate. The pitch, that one, whoa, what a great stop by the catcher there. Daisy Mixon was flashing some vertical on that one. And it stands to reason she's related to Joni Mixon, the shortstop. The 1-1, that one is going to score a run. It may score them all if it keeps going. And that may score 3 runs, and if it does, it's 9-0 now. And I'll tell you what, I know they had to hold up, which is what prevented the 3rd run, but that's going to be, that'll be a double. She was going back on it, kept carrying. As Arnold scores and English scores. Cottrell's at third. And Ashley Burkmeyer with a chance to end it here with a run. Nobody out. 2 on. 2 in, 9-0 Bulldogs. And that's a shot. They're going to go to first, and that's going to end the game as the Melbourne Bulldogs are your 2023 Cape Coast Conference champions. They defeat the Astronaut War Eagles 10-0 for the second time since March the 24th. And let me just say this. We know how good of a team Melbourne is. They are the reigning 6A state champs. But I was thoroughly impressed tonight with the Astronaut War Eagles. And again, I'm going to make sure we get to see them against somebody not named Jazzy Francic. We're going to get that Vieira game in. And if anybody from Astronaut is interested in helping us come up with the money to sponsor the district tournament for them this year, please let me know. The cost for the entire tournament is $300. That's what it costs. $300 gets you every game in the district tournament. It's 321-693-7697. You can have one business, 3 businesses, 4 businesses. But I would love to see this team play in a district tournament and vie for their second straight district championship against some great teams out there. So the Melbourne Bulldogs repeat as Cape Coast Conference champions. Jazzy Francic gets the win. Our player of the game tonight, I'm going to give it to Camden Hurd for the 2-run home run tonight. And I'm also going to give out a player of the game to the Astronaut War Eagles. And I'm going to give it to shortstop Joni Mixon on that front. So for Caleb Brown, for Chad Raymond, the athletic director, and Principal Kirk, I'm Alan Slaughter-Zinski for the Brevard Sports Network. One more time, your Kendall Signs final score, Melbourne 10, Astronaut nothing. Congratulations to the Bulldogs. They are your 2023 Cape Coast Conference champions.